What's going on YouTube? Last week in college football, we had week 0. But this week, we have our week 1 full slate matchups for every college football team. It's just JD. So let's get into it. I just want to break down some of the more intriguing, more fascinating matchups that we have in week 1, and also some games that I'm going to be watching or following. I'm really looking forward to over this Labor Day weekend. We know that it's college football season, it's college football weekend, and we're back. So yeah, it's just some games that I'm looking forward to watching. And of course, it starts with my Arkansas Razorbacks. As I'm recording this, it's going to be tomorrow. So Arkansas is playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. And the more interesting question that I have for this game is, what are we going to see out of Taylor Green, the transfer? Um, not Justin Jefferson, KJ Jefferson. He transferred to UCF. So we're getting in a new quarterback in Arkansas this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he is going to bring to the table. He's a big guy, 6'6", 230, big arm, should have some speed as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, and just looking forward to see how the defense performs. In the SEC, you have to have a strong defense, and Arkansas, that's been their struggle, lately this past few years. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what they're going to put out there against UAPB. Arkansas should definitely win this game, but just looking to see the personnel and what they're going to be putting out on the field. The next game that's going to be fairly interesting is Minnesota versus North Carolina, Big Ten versus ACC. In this matchup, it's going to be on Fox. Excuse me. So that should be a pretty interesting matchup. The next game that I'm absolutely going to be watching is Colorado versus North Dakota State. Deion Sanders, Shador, Shiloh, Travis Hunter, all those guys. They've been talking all off season, and when you have such drama, when you have a lot of talk going on in the off season, that first game, not only do you want to watch it, but for Colorado, it just puts a target on your back. So we're gonna see how North Dakota State comes out and performs. This game is going to be in Colorado, prime time game on ESPN on a Thursday night. So, a lot of people are going to be watching to see, what Colorado looks like this season. They ended the season very bad last year. So we're just looking to see if is this going to be a new revamped Colorado team, or are they still going to have those same struggles with their defense, with their offensive line, things like that. So definitely looking forward to that matchup on Thursday night as I'm recording this. The next slate of games that I'm going to be looking forward to just goes into Saturday, and that's number 1 versus number 14, Georgia versus Clemson. This is, to me, in my opinion, the marquee game of the entire weekend. I do live in Clemson country, so there's been a lot of chatter ever since the schedule came out. That Clemson is going to be playing Georgia, so it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Clemson, they always hold their own against the SEC. In my opinion, they're pretty much a de facto SEC team. They've played Alabama in the national championship and beaten them, and so they hold their own very well against the SEC. Dabo is an amazing coach. He always gets the most out of his players. The question that I have for Clemson is Cade Klubnik. Is he the quarterback for this team? Is he the quarterback that's going to get them over the hump? Of course, we had Trevor Lawrence, win national championships for this team. And so when you have a quarterback like that, that's generational, that brings championships to your ball club, the next quarterback, the next 2, 3 quarterbacks are always going to be in that shadow. Can he get them over the hump? Can he get them back on top in the ACC? And I think that's the question. Uh, Dabo always has a great defense. Um, the guys that he has in the secondary and on the defensive line will do their best against Georgia, and we'll see what happens. But this is going to be an incredible game. I'm not going to say who's going to win. I'm definitely going to be rooting for Clemson, but Georgia is a powerhouse. And even though they didn't win the championship last season, they were still a strong ball club, and they're gonna try to get back to that national championship game and try to win it. So that's the marquee game for me this weekend. I'm definitely gonna be watching. Hopefully, I'll be able to tune into that whole game. But other Saturday games that are gonna be quite interesting, in my opinion. You have Texas versus Colorado State. I do enjoy Texas. I've followed Texas ever since those Vince Young days, where they won that national championship with Pete Carroll and that squad. Oh no, against Pete Carroll, USC, but that was Mac Brown, and this is my team that to win the championship this season. Texas, they just have so much talent. We'll see, their first season in the SEC. We'll see how they adjust to the scheduling and playing those top tier teams in the SEC, just battling week in, week out against, essentially NFL talent on the other side. So that's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to be tuning in to the Texas game. Another marquee game is the Battle of Florida. So you have the Florida Gators versus the Miami Hurricanes. That's going to be an intriguing matchup. Anytime rivals play, that's something you want to watch. It's going to be a great matchup. SEC versus ACC again, just like Clemson and Georgia. So that's going to be a great matchup. I'm going to have my double screens because that Texas and Colorado State game is going to be, they're going to be playing at the same time. So I'm going to have to watch on my phone and watch on TV as well. Florida versus Miami. Cam Ward coming to Miami as a transfer. So it's going to be his first game in action for the Hurricanes. So that's going to be intriguing. Other games that I'm going to be kind of paying attention to on Saturday, just kind of get into the night matchups. Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. That's a battle of two top 25 teams, with Texas A&M being ranked 20 and Notre Dame being ranked number 7 in the nation. Texas A&M is at home, and so that's going to play a huge factor. Texas A&M crowd is always rowdy and loud, so that's going to be another matchup of two ranked opponents. Another great game on Saturday night that is going to be very, very interesting and very pivotal for college football playoff contention. So moving on to some of the other games that are going to be going on Sunday, we have the only college football game of that day is LSU versus USC. LSU is ranked 13th. USC is ranked 23rd. Now, these two teams lost to, their main guys, their quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels for LSU and Caleb Williams for USC. So the question for these two teams are, how are you going to, get that offense back without those two dynamic offensive superstars that you had? What's the offense going to look like in these first games? These are the first games under your belt, and so to go against another marquee opponent on the other side, It's just going to be interesting what a lot of these teams are going to look like, what their offenses are going to look like, what the defenses, make their mark more quickly than the offense will. Typically, offense takes a little bit of time to gel, but um, we'll see what happens. This game is going to be in Las Vegas, so it's going to be a neutral site game. You know, definitely closer to California, of course, but LSU fans do travel. So that's going to be a great game on Sunday night. And um, there is a game on Monday as well. Florida State looking to bounce back against Boston College. So another ACC game back to back for Florida State. So that's going to be very interesting. They're going to be looking to right their wrongs and play a better game than they did the first time against Georgia Tech. So those are the games that I'm going to be kind of following, watching, looking forward to getting into. Let me know down in the comment section which games are you going to be watching. Let me know what your team is, and let me know how you think they're going to fare this season, what conference they're in, things like that. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a lot of interaction in the comment section. I love to interact with you guys. So like the video, comment, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so that you see all of our content that we're posting right here on the Talking Sports Podcast. It's football season, so we're going to be bringing you guys a lot of content about NFL, about college football, of course, and videos like this, and on our full episodes with me, Jeremiah, and other various special guests that we may have. So tune into that, and I will see you guys next time right here on the Talking Sports Podcast. Peace out.